What's up, guys? Happy Wednesday. Hope everybody's doing all right. Welcome back to Fed by Fire, where we don't just look at the headlines, we break them bitches open. Alright, where the truth ain't sugar-coated, the language ain't sanitized, and the world gets it explained in the same voice you heard growing up. Yep, today we're moving from DC cyber jungle to Spokane, Washington's hotel room terror to Anchorage, Alaska, the twin apartment drug fortress. Alright, 3 cases, 3 different worlds, one theme. Crime is evolving faster than the streets can keep up. Let's talk about it. Alright? This is going to be segment 1 in Washington, D.C., our nation's capital. The crypto in Rico, the $384 million Bitcoin heist. The story right here shows you that crime ain't always wearing ski masks. Sometimes it's wearing headsets and sitting behind RGB keyboards. The defendant, Canal Meta 45 from Irvine, California, known online as Papa, or The Accountant, or Shrek. And trust me, the accountant part was real. This man handled millions. The charge? RICO conspiracy, a whole criminal network built on digital manipulation, crypto theft, and high-end money laundering. He admitted to laundering at least $25 million, but his crew, they ran off with hundreds of millions. And this is how the crew got formed, alright? Not on the corner, not in prison, not in some cartel pipeline, but from online gaming platforms. PlayStation parties turning into felony conspiracies. You gotta love that. Before October 2023, a group of teenagers in their early 20s, a couple older tech guys, people from California, Connecticut, New York, Florida, and overseas. They all linked up online and built a multi-state social engineering enterprise. His crew was built like a corporate structure. Roles included database hackers, surprise callers using spoof numbers, target identifiers, high-level organizers, residential burglars who hit homes looking for hardware, crypto wallets, shell company, money launderers, crypto mixers, and blockchain specialists. Meta wasn't some side dude. He was the banker of the entire empire. Alright, so this is the scheme. The conspiracy stole crypto through fake phone calls, fraudulent identity verifications, spoofed customer service numbers, hacks, social manipulation, online scams, burglary of hardware, crypto wallets. They tricked victims into giving up passwords, PINs, or one-time verification codes. The same codes banks text you to prove it's you, you know? And once they got in, it was over. It was a wrap. The big heist. All right, this is how it went down. On August 18, 2024, two of Meta's co-conspirators, Malone Lam and another associate, contacted a DC victim who goes unnamed. They ran a fake identity verification scam and stole over 4,100 Bitcoin, valued at the time at $2,263 million. And this week, the same Bitcoin worth is $384.5 million. That's almost $500 million over one victim. One! They spent the money on, this ain't a normal scammer activity. This was lavish, supervillain style nightclubs, costing up to $500,000 each. Tens of thousands spent on Birkin and Chanel bags that they gave away at parties. Watches worth $100K, $500K rentals of mansions in Los Angeles, the Hamptons, and Miami. Hiring private jet services, maintaining a fleet of 28 exotic cars valued between $100K and $3.8 million. Private security teams, designer clothes, the tens of thousands. And remember, many of these dudes were 18, 19, 20 years old. No job, no career, no explanation for their wealth. So Meta, he helped disguise it. The shell company network, this is how that went down. In 2024, he created multiple shell companies, specifically to hold luxury cars, move stolen crypto, fake legitimacy, shuffle funds between accounts, and receive wire transfers from other fake companies. He also hired straw signers, people who put their names on paperwork for $10K per signature. And every time he moved money, he took 10% off the top. And why wouldn't you? This wasn't gangbanging. This wasn't, street hustling. This was corporate crime fused with a street mentality. Greed, speed, and zero fear, baby. Meta is the 8th defendant to plead guilty in this conspiracy. More indictments are coming. So if you're involved, watch your shit. Alright, let's go to segment 2 in Spokane, Washington. The hotel room predator. Yeah, nobody likes those preds. Now we shift lanes because the next story ain't flashy, ain't digital, ain't sophisticated. It's ugly, violent, it's predatory, and shows how old school evil still exists. The defendant, James Anthony Stinson, 55, from Spokane, Washington. After a 3-day federal jury trial, he was convicted of 11 felonies, including sex trafficking by force, fraud, and coercion, drug trafficking, possession of firearms as a convicted felon, distribution of meth, cocaine, crack, and fentanyl. Violent offenses tied to exploitation. Which, how low can you go? I mean, who am I to judge, though? How the investigation started is, in 2021, agents were doing controlled buys of crack, cocaine. Several buys came directly from Stinson's hotel rooms in Spokane Valley, which is a little fucking sloppy if you ask me. But when search warrants hit, the truth came out. What the feds found inside Stinson's room: methamphetamine, who could have guessed that? Cocaine, crack, fentanyl pills, multiple illegal guns, drug distribution equipment, digital evidence showing physical assaults, videos of Stinson violently beating a commercial sex worker, messages detailing how he controlled multiple victims with fear, addiction, and manipulation. This guy seems like a dirtbag if you ask me. This wasn't someone hustling. This was a man running a fear-based trafficking operation. He used violence, threats, addiction, isolation, and financial control, psychological manipulation, all these to trap women and force them into sex work for his profit. The FBI described it as an atmosphere of fear. His criminal history, let's see what's up with that. This wasn't his first time. He served 132 months in state prison for cocaine distribution, served 120 months in federal prison for illegal firearms possession, and he was still on federal supervised release when he started this new operation. He learned nothing. He changed nothing. He just evolved into something worse. Which that's what happened. But the FBI and Spokane Child Exploitation Human Trafficking Task Force took him down. A team built specifically to catch predators like him. Now, he's off the streets, but the damage, it's already done. Those poor women, my thoughts and prayers go out to them. This is segment 3. We're going to Anchorage, Alaska, the last frontier, y'all. The twin apartment drug empire. Our last stop, Alaska, where 2 people turned a pair of apartments into a multiple drug distribution hub. Alright, defendants: Erica Elisoff, 51, convicted by a federal jury. Her partner, Larry Kennedy, 65, pleaded guilty earlier. They lived together in 2 adjacent apartments in Anchorage, both operating as drug stash houses and distribution sites, which again, sloppy as fuck. They was asking for it. The operation that started in 2021, from August to December 2021, federal agents conducted multiple controlled buys. 3 buys of 7 grams of crack cocaine from Kennedy, the man. 1 buy of 21 grams of crack from Erica Elisoff. You know, these weren't random sales. They were test buys to build probable cause. The raid happened May 2022 when law enforcement executed search warrants on both apartments. Apartment number 1, the main stash. It had $123,100 in cash, 5 sealed bags containing over 3 kilograms of cocaine, 745 grams plus of heroin, and multiple digital scales. Drug packaging equipment, paraphernalia, of course, what do you expect? This was storage, processing, and packaging central, baby. Apartment 2, the secondary spot. 20 plus grams of methamphetamine, 15 grams of heroin, 4,000 in cash, scales, tools for distribution. 2 apartments, 2 sets of drugs, 2 people, 1 operation. In Alaska, I heard shit goes for high prices, but let's talk about their sentences. Kennedy pleaded guilty in March 2025. He was sentenced to on September 29th, 2025. He got 5 years in federal prison plus 3 years supervised release, which damn, he got a deal. That's pretty crazy. And Erica, she was convicted by a jury, faces 5 years to life. Her sentencing is on March 4th, 2026. This is the case complications. The case was so tangled that the U.S. Attorney's Office for Alaska was recused. Prosecutors were brought in from Oregon and New York. Special Attorney Stephen Clymer was appointed by the Attorney General. Alaska personnel could only work under his direction. This wasn't your average drug bust. It had political, ethical, and logistical complications. Alright, well that's all for today. And 3 worlds, 3 crimes, 3 different kinds of damage. DC showed us the rise of digital wolves, kids hacking millions while living like rock stars. Spokane, Washington showed the oldest evil, a predator using fear, fist, and addiction to break people. In Anchorage showed the quiet danger. 2 apartments hidden in plain sight, pumping drugs into the community. Crime ain't one face, ain't one city, ain't one style. It's evolving. It's spreading. It's adapting faster than the laws can keep up. But every time the truth hits daylight, somebody gets their power back. Somebody gets justice. And a little bit of darkness gets pushed back. So, that's good. This is Fed by Fire, where we walk through the smoke so you don't have to choke on it. I'm Christian. Stay aware, stay sharp, and stay human. Thank you guys for watching. I appreciate everything. I'll be hitting y'all with some more videos. I appreciate all the love and support. Like and subscribe. Check out my TikTok. Thank you guys. Love y'all.